What's up, YouTube? Matt here, Team HOC. Here to bring you my updated scrap build for the new format. Pre-Extreme Victory, obviously. The deck will change. I wouldn't say quite drastically, but the deck will definitely change after Extreme Victory and Emperor Grinnell is released in the magazine. So I did a video originally for this, and it spread out to like 16 minutes, and I figured no one wants to sit through a 16-minute scrap video. So I'm going to try and make this quick. Just want to let everybody know who is in Utah. We're coming down for the April 2nd, I believe that's the date, April 2nd, regional in Orem, which will be this coming weekend. We're leaving Friday night, or Friday during the day, I'm not quite sure yet. Driving down will be me, Zach, Brandon, and Brian. Yeah, it should be just us four. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and go through the deck list real quick. I'm not going to give too much of a discussion. It's stayed pretty standard from last format to this, of course, with just the exception of dropping the third warning and the second and third Book of Moon, and just kind of subbing in some other stuff. So yeah, we'll go ahead and hit it. First, got 3 Chimera. He's the workhorse of the deck. When he's summoned, of course, he brings a tuner from the graveyard, a scrap tuner from the graveyard, and only can be used for a scrap monster in the synchro summon. So we got 3 of him. Of course, the 3 obligatory beasts. If it's destroyed by the effect of a scrap card, you can add a scrap monster from the graveyard to your hand, other than a copy of himself. If for some reason, if he's in defense position and he lives through battle, then he will die when he's face up, or he'll die at the end of the damage step, or battle phase, excuse me. I don't ever really have that situation come up, because usually I just bring him out and summon him. So yeah, we got the stall portion, 3 Goblin. Can't be destroyed as a result of battle, but if he's in face-up defense position and he's attacked, he dies at the end of the battle phase. And then, of course, you can add a scrap monster from your graveyard to your hand, other than a copy of himself. Right now, it's still remaining 2 Golem. I think 2 is actually maybe a little much, as the format has progressed so far. Now that we're nearly a month into it, I think that 1 still is a little too much. I find myself siding him out, or leave 1 copy out for games 2 and 3. Drawing him, for the most part, is a pain in the ass, because unless I've got Goblin or a way to protect Beast, I'm never going to be able to normal summon him. So generally I foolish him to the graveyard, so that way when I go into Scrap Dragon or Scrap Twin, I have a target to bring out with their effects. Rounding out the rest of the scrap lineup is 1 copy of Searcher. I think there's situations where he's still just too good. Being able to bring him out with Golem to your opponent's side of the field, and then blowing up all their face-up monsters that aren't scrap is quite game-changing. With regional, before the end of the format that I went to, I was playing against a Samurai build, and I went Golem into Searcher to their side and hit 2 or 3 monsters, so it was actually pretty game-changing. That's the end of the scrap lineup. Then we got 2 Cyber Dragon. I think Cyber Dragon is still far superior to Breaker. Even though Breaker has some great late game plays, I think early game, being able to go, especially when you're going like second, being able to go, Cyber Dragon into either a Foolished Beast or Goblin, or I mean, excuse me, not Foolish, but I mean just being able to special summon him and then drop him out, it's too key, because generally, especially if you're going second, if you don't get out a Scrap Dragon or a Scrap Twin, odds are you're probably going to lose the game. It's kind of similar to the way salvo works. You know, if you're not resolving Dakochis, you're most likely going to lose. Same thing with Artemis builds, permission builds. If you don't resolve Artemis, is, you don't keep him in play and be able to get his effect going, you're most likely going to lose the game. So getting Dragon or Twin out is key, especially going second, trying to get him out first turn. Your first turn, if possible, is really key. Then we got 3 Raikou, mills, and also destroys, of course, best flip monster in the game. Destroys any card on the field, and milling the 3 is key, especially against 6 Sam decks where it's harder to get over a lot of the big plays that they make. Being able to set, as long as they don't have a Magatama, you're able to get rid of the Sheehan so you can play your spells. So that's pretty key. Double Veiler, still too good in the main to not main 2, so still running that. Gorse, I like him. He still does what he does. I don't run a whole lot of cards that stay on the field for a long period of time. But of course, then once you get out like Dragon, he essentially becomes useless unless Dragon for some reason dies. But even if Dragon dies, you generally are going to get something back, so you're not going to get hit directly. But if something does happen and your board gets wiped, he's definitely good to have. Spells, 3 Scrap Storm, pretty standard. You should know what it does by now. Double MST for back row hate. Single copy of Foolish Burial, making big first turn plays like going Foolish into Beast, dropping Chimera, making first turn Dragon, things like that. The random Book of Moon, it's still good in some situations. I don't know. It might actually drop out after Extreme. We'll wait and see. With Book going down to 1, leaves room for techie cards, so 1 Mind Control, taking opponent's face down monster, being able to use it because you can blow it up with Scrap Dragon's effect, flipping Raikous, getting big crap out of the way is still just too good. Of course, Bigatory Staples, you don't know what they do, go play Pokemon, as I always say, and then 1 more back row hate with Trunade. Traps, double warning, pretty standard. Protection, double prison, to make sure that my plays get off for Scrap Dragon, going double stun. There are situations where Lance is better, Lance is better, but the downside to Lance is I can't respond, or I can't get ahead of a warning. So this allows me to get ahead of warning, because then I can just flip it. If I'm reading a warning, I can flip it and not have to worry about anything, of course, other than maybe the random Book of Moon. So, single copy of Call, because end phase calls are just fun. You set Call, set Raikou, they swing into Raikou, you mill Beast or Golem or Goblin or whatever. End phase, bring them out, you've got plays to make. And then Staples. So that's the build. I'm not going to go into the side deck just because it's for my local. It's basically goes and match, double goes in, double crow, double smashing, testing double fader. It's just random stuff like that. Same thing with the extra deck, pretty standard. Double twin, triple dragon, Stardust. I think I have Colossal in there. 1 copy of the Archfiend. I've still got Arcanite, or not Arcanite, I mean Black Rose in there. We've got the Armory Arm, so pretty standard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, subscribe. Like I said, we'll have videos coming from the regional. I don't think this is what I'll be playing at the regional. I'd like to play something different, something fun. I've already got my invite. As much as I would like to get a top 8 place and get a mat and all that good stuff, I'm not too concerned about it. So I'm going to probably play something fun. I've got a junk deck that I'm playing around with that I tried at locals. Went 3-2. I lost last round due to a misplay. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I forgot to set my Solemn Judgment. Blah blah blah. So being stupid, obviously loses games. So that's pretty much it. Try to make this video a little bit shorter. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions if you want to make, go for it. I'm more than happy to take criticism. I mean, like I said, it's standard. I don't go too techie. I don't like a lot of the tech stuff. I'm not a big fan of the Monk engine or the Spy engine. It requires you to run just stupid stuff in the extra like Arcanite and Dark End, and I just don't think it's needed. So that's it. Peace.